Well, yesterday's Supreme Court ruling on presidential immunity is going to crush the lawfare campaign against Donald Trump. It's yet another win. CNN's Jeffrey Toobin, you remember him? Even he saying that the January 6th case is as good as dead.
It means that the January 6th case, the case before Judge Chutkan in the District of Columbia, is at a minimum delayed until after the election, but I think will never be tried, because if you look at how Chief Justice Roberts framed the issue, he said that all official conduct is not only off limits for prosecution, but there can't even be any evidence presented about official conduct.
Bad news for Jack Smith. Also bad news for Alvin Bragg. This ruling having an immediate impact on the hush money case in New York. Judge Juan Merchan, you're looking at him now, delaying former President Trump's sentencing until September. That's following a request from the former president's attorneys. Now, the original sentencing date, as you'll remember, was set for July 11th, just days before the RNC. But there's a chance that the sentencing may never happen at all. Trump's lawyers intend to argue that the Supreme Court's decision should void his recent felony conviction, and they may get their way. Judge Merchan ended his response to the Trump team saying in part, listen closely, the matter is adjourned to September 18th, 2024 at 10 a.m. for the imposition of a sentence if such is still necessary. Joining me now, Trump surrogate and attorney Mehek Cook. Mehek, those words are pretty important. If a sentencing is still necessary, do you and the Trump team believe that this gets thrown out altogether?
Kayleigh, I definitely believe this is going to be thrown out altogether. The Supreme Court was very clear about presidential immunity. And look, at the end of the day, President Trump has been right all along. There was inadmissible evidence that was presented in this New York case. It should have been thrown out from the get-go. We had a biased judge. And now for this judge, Juan Merchan, to finally realize that the rule of law is going to prevail and he has to at least push sentencing, it's only a matter of time before he realizes he needs to dismiss this case, and it will be a case closed, slam dunk for Team Trump.
Yeah, and I want viewers to understand. So basically what's happening here is the Trump team said early on, look, some of this evidence relates to official powers. It shouldn't be admissible. Merchan refused to rule on it. This could have all been avoided, maybe, if he would have ruled on it, but here we are. So that's moved to September. And in the J6 case, you heard Jeffrey Toobin. He's no friend of Donald Trump. He thinks that's gone entirely too. Do you agree?
I 100% agree. Remember, what the Supreme Court has said, that no president is above the law. That means if they are acting within their presidential scope and their authority, which President Trump was doing, not only on January 6th to talk about election results and certifying the election, but through his case, even in the hush money case, he continued through his attorneys to tell courts these are presidential and official acts. And Judge Merchan, because he was biased, refused to allow the courts to actually understand there was a proper legal argument here. His bias continued to control this legal case. And what we're seeing now is they're backpedaling fast. The Supreme Court pushed back against lawfare. This immunity case will have a massive implication on every single case that is pending, including this New York sentencing case, which will be thrown out, Kayleigh.
You know, I hesitate to ask this, and just quickly here, but is lawfare dead here on July 2nd, 2024? Can we declare lawfare is officially dead?
Look, I think lawfare is dead, but Democrats are a dog with a bone. They're going to continue to try and take President Trump down at any cost. So we have to be vigilant. We have to be strong. We need to continue to abide by the rule of law and win this election in November.
All right. Thank you very much.
Because the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that